Well, happy Sunday, everyone. I just wanted to share what's been coming through about what's happening right now on the planet. And hope you enjoy the little fire meditation going on behind me there. Wanted to include that just because it's very meditative, at least for me. I love fires. Okay, so at the beginning of the year, 2018, I felt a significant shift, and it felt like a good shift, freedom and heaven on earth kind of energy, all the things that we've been working for on this planet, all the things that we've been wanting, it felt like that. So there was a couple days where it felt like that, and then a lot of intensity happened. And I know that I'm not alone in that experience. I know a lot of other people went through some intense things. Perhaps you were one of them. And it didn't feel good, right? Personally, I went through really intense detox and turned into a bit of a healing crisis. And it was very, very intense. Much needed, but very, very intense, and not the way that anyone wants to start off the new year, right? We want to be in that fresh, new energy, and instead, for me at least, it was, delving deep into old stuff so that I could release it. But it's all good. So, the higher perspective of what's happening now, and this part of this information has come through the channeling that I do, and part of this information is just, this is what I'm seeing, this is what I'm understanding, this is what I'm observing others going through. So, take what resonates, leave the rest, right? Part of what's happening right now is a huge unfolding of the shadow being illuminated. So all of the stuff that's been happening on this planet for thousands of years, and perhaps even more, is now coming into the light. Now we're seeing it. Now we're seeing the chaos unfold. Now we're seeing what was hidden in the shadow. The stuff in the government, the stuff in the banking system, the stuff that some of us knew has been going on, and for many it's been hidden from them. Now it's coming into light. And this is a very good thing. But what this can do for some people who aren't as aware, who don't have the higher perspective, is it can send them into fear and chaos. And look, even for those of us who do have the higher perspective, if we're not totally centered within our hearts and within love at all times, we can start to buy into the fear. We can start to buy into the chaos that we see happening around us. So I wanted to share this higher perspective so that you can have the higher perspective of what's going on and really take in for yourself and stay centered within the love energy. Excuse me. Sorry about that, guys. Still recovering a little. Whew. Yeah, so some of this stuff, even talking about it, I'm transmuting as I talk, and so it's not always a comfortable thing for me. Okay, so understanding that as we go through this transition on our planet, as everything is illuminated, as everything moves into the light, we are going to see some nasty things. We are going to see some things that don't look nice, that don't feel nice. For those of us who are empaths and we feel things, we're going to feel the shadow as well. It's not like we just stand back and observe it. Excuse me. We're going to feel it. We're going to feel the intensity of what's unfolding. We're going to feel the intensity of what's coming out of the shadow. And it's not always a pleasant experience. It's not always a comfortable thing. And so I'm bringing forth this information so that you can really recognize what's happening on a larger scale and stay focused. Stay focused on your inner work staying centered in love within your heart, being the eye in the middle of the storm. Now, I am asking for ease and grace for the collective, and I hope you'll do that with me. I am asking that this unfolding happens with as much ease and grace as is possible. But we don't always have control over how things break down, how things unfold. There will be a breaking down. There is currently a dismantling happening in the banking system, in government. The breaking down part, the dismantling part, doesn't always look pretty. It's important, it needs to happen, but it's not always the easiest to observe. Excuse me, it's not always the most pleasant thing to witness. So as you, in the coming months, I don't know how long it will take, perhaps in the coming years, as you observe and notice the breakdown, the dismantling, the things that are falling apart, I invite you to stay centered within your hearts as much as possible, to offer love for yourselves, to offer love to those around you, to really practice self-love and honoring of yourself, of your needs, because especially, again, for those who are empaths and for those of us who feel all of these things, it can take a toll on the physical body. It can be a very intense experience for the physical body. So I invite you to take exceptional care of your physical bodies, of your emotions, of your mental body. Take care of your spirit, take care of your spiritual path, and not to get discouraged by what you see around you. Because what you're seeing around you is the illusion finally coming into the light. And this is a good thing. So I promise what I'm about to say is not political, but it is part of the perspective. So when Trump came into office, this was a very important thing, because the role that he plays is to shine a light on how ridiculous the government is, how much puppetry there is, how the powers that be pull the strings. Trump shows us all of that, and the public needs to see that. For those who think that when they cast their vote that it's making a difference, the public needed to see how all of this was puppetry and pulling strings. And the president, the person in charge, so to speak, really isn't the one in charge. So he needed to play that role for us to show everyone in this country and around the world how ridiculous this whole setup is. So again, keeping that larger perspective. This is simply the larger perspective of what's happening. If we get caught up in the details, if we get caught up in, oh, this memo was released and now this thing happened and, oh, what does this mean? Look, all of it is the shadow coming into light. And it may shock some people what comes forth. We may not like what we see, but all of that has to come into the public eye. All of that has to come forth so that we can break down the old systems and old paradigms and create the new. Now, while the old systems are breaking down, we can, as light workers, be creating the new. And this is something that Prime Creator has said over and over and over again, is stay focused on your creations of light. And that's what we need to be doing right now. Those of us who are pioneers on the cutting edge, creating the new paradigms, bringing forth the free energy technologies, bringing forth, the new ways of building, bringing forth the sustainability ways of, creating on this planet, we need to be focused on that. Now is not the time to be distracted by the systems that are falling apart and what we see unfolding before us. We know that things are falling apart and things are unraveling. That's good. That's great. Let it happen. We need to be staying focused on what we are creating. I call it heaven on earth. You call it whatever you like. But we need to be focused on that. So that's really my call to action right now, is to know what you want and start creating. So get real with yourself. Get honest with yourself. What is it that you really want? Thanks for sharing, Danielle. What is it that you really want? What is it that resonates truly within your heart? What do you want to see on this planet? If you feel like you don't have the resources to create what you want right now, that's okay. Start visioning. Put it on paper. Put it in writing. Get the energy out. Get the vibrations from your heart and start blasting them into the universe. You don't have to have the money right now. If you do, great. Start, creating in that way. But if you don't have the resources, the funding, the money, whatever it is, don't get discouraged and think, oh, there's nothing I can do. Yes, right now there is something you can do. Get your visions, get your dreams on paper, and physicalize them in whatever way you can. And blast that energy from your heart out into the universe. Share it with people as you feel guided. Create community as much as you can to support each other's visions, because I guarantee you the thing that you dream of, the thing that you desire, you're not alone in that. And if you're in a country where, you feel alone on your spiritual path, you don't have people around you immediately where, you can get that kind of in-person support, there are people around the globe that share your vision, that have the dream that you have. Find them on Facebook, find them on YouTube, whatever, wherever it is. They're there. Find them, start communicating with them, share your visions, your goals, your dreams, and get your your heart desires, your soul desires, get it out there. Of course, I have to say it. Of course, we're here for you in the Creation Temple. Join as a master creator and meet with us every week to share your visions and dreams and goals. We are physicalizing what we are creating in the Creation Temple, and we would love to have you with us as a master creator to create from that depth of your heart and the depth of your soul what it is that you desire for this planet. How can we create heaven on earth together? That's what we're doing as master creators in the Creation Temple. So if you feel called to that, definitely join us. We meet every week online via video, so we get to see each other, we get to connect. So it doesn't matter where you are in the world, you get to have that connection that you desire. So just quickly wrapping up, as you see what's unfolding on this planet, as you see the chaos, as you see the shadow being illuminated, I highly encourage you and invite you not to get caught up or distracted in that. That's going to happen. It may look rough, it may feel rough. Again, we can call in ease and grace for the collective and for ourselves. But the shadow's coming out. It's got to be seen, and this is a good thing. But it might not always look so great. So as you observe and witness everything falling apart and rebuilding, remember who you are. Remember the role that you would like to play. Remember why you came to this planet in the first place. And when it feels heavy and when it feels intense, remember that you're not alone. There are others going through this. There are others feeling the intensity right there with you. And you're a powerful being. So when you can focus on your creations of light, when you can focus on the love that is within your heart and stay centered and grounded in that, that's power. And that's exactly what we need in order to create heaven on earth and change what's been happening on this planet. It is falling apart. It is unraveling. The new is coming into place, at least on the energetic level. And very soon, I hope, in a very physical way. So physicalize your dreams and visions of heaven on earth however you can. Again, writing it down, drawing it, speaking it to other people, sharing it, and keep going forward. One foot in front of the other. Chop wood, carry water. My friend has this, I think it's a Buddhist saying or something. Chop wood, carry water. Dance through the avalanche. Yes. Keep going. Keep going, my friends, because we're doing it. We're making a difference. Things are shifting. Things are changing. And we just need to keep going. Bring our light into this shadow. Bring our light into the darkness and shine, shine, shine as bright as we can. I love you all. And again, if anything in the Creation Temple calls to you, please join us there. There are so many resources. I'm putting all the latest downloads from Source, all the latest information that I'm getting into the Creation Temple. You can join for as little as $25 a month and get a ton of content and resources to help you on your spiritual path. So I love you each, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for being with me for this conversation. Much love. Mwah. I'm trying to end the video. That's fine.